you guys can hear me. Um, so I just came in from the gym today, and I ended up in one of these stupid Facebook arguments with people who I don't know and don't know me, obviously, about this Baltimore riot stuff that's happening. I usually don't try to reach out to people or make a video because that's just not me. But the biggest thing I definitely wanted to get across is that a lot of people don't understand race relations. A lot of people don't understand what's happening and what it is to be for social injustice, as someone told me, social injustice, and when things don't happen the way you want them to. And right now, this Facebook conversation is still happening. Um, the biggest thing is that I see a lot of people trying to make a joke out of a lot of the photos that you see on CNN and those major news broadcasters where it's like, oh, they're looting, oh, they're fighting, they're breaking police cars, oh my, oh, the world's gonna end, these black people are going out of control. There's a picture that I saw on Twitter where a girl, there's three white girls and a black guy, and it looks like the black guy's trying to take her bag. And honestly, it's the opposite way around, where one of the girls in the photos comes out and says, "Yo, we're actually trying to stop one of the girls from taking this guy's bag." But social media and the media themselves spin this to where it's like, "Oh, this black guy's robbing her. Oh man, look at them. They're getting out of control. They're animals. They need to be locked away." Most of you that follow me on Twitter or Facebook knows, I post a lot of stupid shit. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm a clown, and that's funny to me. Being a clown is funny, but there's certain things I don't repost and I don't say because I don't want people to portray me in that light. Some of the words you will not hear me say on social media, you will not hear me say in public is the word nigger because I don't believe in saying that, and I don't want anyone to call me that because I don't call myself that. I don't want to get mad at somebody for saying something that I don't call myself, or if I don't want to get mad at somebody for calling me something I do call myself. But that's a personal opinion. I know other people feel a different way about it. But, during this Facebook kind of argument or whatever you want to call it, I reached out to someone who I gained a little bit of respect for because I knew him for a little bit. And I say, yo, this is kind of ignorant that you're going to put this up there. You're making light of a situation that really is serious. It's serious that the media is trying to, oh, Boston riots, oh man, or excuse me, Baltimore riots, oh man, we need to stop. People are going to get hurt. People are going to die. And then I also saw a article where someone's like, oh, look at the reason why the Baltimore is going crazy, and they display all of Freddie's past record, his criminal record. A lot of them are criminal possession, criminal possession, criminal possession. And it's like what I'm seeing is like, oh, so because he has all these charges, it's okay for him to die. It's okay. But the people who actually do a lot of damage to us, the people who steal our money, the Ponzi schemes and stuff, they go into high class jails and all that stuff. Martha Stewart, high class jail. Oh, she committed a crime. Why don't we kill her? But now someone out there is going to say, oh, that's dramatic. It's two different things. Oh, she's breaking a high class law and he's doing something stupid. Sorry about that. That's just ESPN going off. But the one thing I wanted people to understand is that if you want to help this situation, don't go ahead and make light of things like that's happening like this, because as an African American, there's a lot of things that if you're not in my skin, which I'm pretty dark, I think you guys can see that, you won't understand. You don't understand how it is when you go into a supermarket and the clerk follows you around. I mean, I'm a big kid. I'm 246'1". So I'm not puny. It's not, I understand. I do bring fear somehow. If you know me, I want her to fly. But one thing that gets me upset is where people are like, oh, these black people need to stop. These black people need to stop. And I have people who I know who are like, man, you're one of the few black people I hang out with. I'm like, oh, yeah. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not special. I'm not different than anyone else. I'm not different than a white person, Spanish person, Mexican person, any person. I'm the same as everyone else. I just like different things and I react a different way. That doesn't make me special. That doesn't make me on this pedestal of black people like, you're the very best. Oh, my God. And people are going to say, oh, but these people portray this prejudice or this type of negativity. And that's fine. fine. Yeah, that is true. We do. There are people who do that. There are people who listen to music really loud. No respect for anyone. But that's them. That I shouldn't be lumped into that. And now people might be saying, "Well, Paul, no one said that you're a part of this." No, but you know what? If I was out on the street and I was caught in a picture, what would people look at me? Oh, look at that goddamn black kid. Isn't he? What is he doing? And it's like kind of sad that I have. And the thing is, a lot of people don't understand. As an African American man, I have to set an example for my whole community. I can't go to an event and really act crazy and do a lot of things, especially events where maybe there aren't a lot of black people there. Because you know what? I become the face of my group, of my community. As an African American, people who have maybe never seen an African American person, they'd be like, "This is how African American people act." And I went to school in upstate New York, and I've seen that, and I've heard it. And no one can say, "Oh, that's not what happens," because it is. People are like, "Oh, I used to see black people, and they're acting wild, but you don't do that." That's because they're them. I don't say, "Oh, all white people are racist. Look at white people from the South; they're racist." No, that's ignorant. And you know what? It's ignorant to portray that all black people are on welfare. It's very ignorant to just to put people in certain aspects or certain roles of prejudice because of the color of their skin. Now, the biggest thing about these Boston riots is that one, I don't support anything that's happening in regards to the riot side. Violence is not the way. It will never be the way to get anything done in this country. We need to find a way to sit down as a people, as a society, and figure out what is happening. People are like, "Oh, why are black people being all up, going crazy?" They pull out these numbers. I had someone throw out this numbers. Oh, well, 3% and white people, and I'm like, it doesn't matter because you know what? In all these incidents, look what happened. You have innocent people being killed. That's at the end of the day. That's it. Black, white, indifferent. It doesn't matter. It's innocent people being killed. Now, if you want to put a color on it, that's your problem. That's your prerogative. That you could do that. Hey, I don't want to put a color on anything because these are people. I don't like when people say Black Lives Matter. Everyone's lives matter. But when people try to put it in a light where African Americans or black people are just creating a scene. No, you know why? Because there's certain things that you don't see in those numbers. I used to live in Brownsville. Do you know how many times I've been physically assaulted by a cop because you look like someone we're looking for? I didn't have this long hair, but I had short hair. I mean, I don't think I look like anyone. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I do. All right. But at a certain point in time, it becomes to the point where it's like you're taking advantage of your situation. You're taking advantage that you're a cop. I've never been arrested. The only ticket I have was a ticket for going through the train car, and that was fishy. Let's put it like that. That's the best way to put it. But a lot of people need to understand how race relations work. I see a lot of people who haven't been in a situation where they have been put into this box of, hey, these people act like this, or in a negative box, excuse me. We've all been put in different boxes the way how we act. I've been put in a box where I'm a clown. That's fine. I learned to live with that. I love making people laugh. But there becomes a point in time where when you put people in a box, it it changes the way how people react. Because I see a lot of people trying to make a joke out of this stuff that's happening. Haha, look at this guy, he's looting. But they don't understand what they're portraying. No one's portraying, oh, there's violence, it's black people are going crazy, oh my. And that's fine. Those type of people I lose respect for. Because if you want to make light of a situation like this, go ahead. But when it hits your hometown and, you get hurt or someone you know's get hurt, don't come, oh man, these people are so wild. Oh, they hurt me. They hurt my family. They broke. That's fine because you know what? You wanted to take the opposite route of not trying to help the situation, but feed fuel to the fire. Other than people saying, hey, we have to come together and try to fix what's happening. No, we have people like, oh, look at these black people acting crazy. Oh, we should kill them all. Why don't we just shoot them? Why don't we? It's like, if you want to be ignorant like that, that's fine. If you don't want to understand what people Other people, I mean, every race has their struggle. Every race has their struggle. White, black, Chinese, everything. Everyone has their struggle. Now it's time for us to come together as a people and find a way to make it better for everyone. And not just sit there and be like, oh, well, that's a black person, he's crazy. That's a white person, they have it fine. Everyone has their struggle. But the fact that on social media and media itself, they refuse to put that, hey, there are peaceful protests happening. What is CNN filled with? Violence. CNN is full with the negative. So what is the nation? The people who don't want to go and do their own research see violence, negativity. They don't see anything like, hey, there are actually people out there who want to make a difference. There are actually people out there who don't want to be violent, who want to, make a change, make a difference in their life, make a difference in society. No, you're going to see the people, oh, they're looting. Oh my. Yes, that's bad. Don't do that. That's not supposed to be happening. Those are not the people who we should be focusing on. Those are the people who are taking advantage of a situation and not understanding what they're doing to their own people. Like the kid who was sitting there, left from school, and his mother beat his ass on national TV. Beat the shit out of him. And I commend that lady. That lady is legitimately Mother of the Year. Because now, if he ends up dead, because he went and did something stupid, like he was most likely going to do, cops are killing black. No, you can't do stupid shit. You can't. And then you have people who are sitting there throwing rocks at cops. What is that going to do? You're just feeding fuel to the fire. I understand there are injustices happening everywhere. There's injustices that happen to me every day because people see me like this with this. Oh, he doesn't do anything. What is he? Oh, what is he doing? He doesn't even go to school. They don't know that I'm 24. I live on my own. I work from home, and I'm a software engineer. Oh no, my face and the way I talk don't portray that. They don't portray that. I'm living pretty comfortably. It doesn't. None of that is portrayed. But what you see is this. What people see is, oh, look at Paul. Oh, he's he must be doing something bad. When people see me, I don't sag my pants. I try to dress as appropriate as I can. I don't dress in Jordans or anything like that. That's not me. But I'm still put into a barrier of this is a black person, this is how he's gonna act. This is a black person, this is what he's gonna do. And that's wrong. And until as a community, as a society, and as a nation, we come together and try to fix those things, nothing will change. And this next part is going to be really, really, it's going to hit some people really wrong because with this whole thing that's happening in Baltimore, and then you also have the Bruce Jenner stuff at the same time. It seems like there's some hypocrisy that's happening when you deal with certain things that affect the population of America. Now, if I went on Facebook and posted a picture that said, "Oh, Bruce Jenner is a faggot," or "Bruce Jenner, what is he? Is he stupid? What does he want to be a bitch? What is he, some type of faggot? What is he doing? He just wants to suck dick." Oh, oh my, you can't say that. That's really wrong. But it's okay for people to say, "Oh, look at all these black people on welfare. Look at them, ain't got no job. Obamacare, I bet you Obama paying for them." No, that's fine. That's a joke. We could laugh at that. But if I went and said something like that, along those lines about Bruce Jenner, about him being a faggot or, not being real or whatever derogatory statement or something where I could put him in a certain box to make fun of him, that would be considered wrong. If I said that about a gay person, a lesbian, that would be wrong. And it should be. The same way how it's to call all black people on welfare and to put black people in a certain box, that should be wrong. But no, as a society, we look at it as funny. We look at it like anytime, oh, black people are on welfare. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're right. High five, man. And the funny thing is, the people who say this are usually the people who still live at home with their parents, don't do nothing, and most likely on welfare themselves. But you know what? It's okay to make fun of other people because that's the society we've become a part of. To make fun of other people, even though you're in the same issue, you're in the same struggle as them. Let's make fun of them because, hey, if I make fun of them, no one will understand that I'm struggling, so let's do that. And until we come together as a people and try to make a difference for our lives and stop trying to bring another set of people down, that's when things are going to change. And until then, we're going to have civil unrest, black, white, Asian, Chinese. Now the thing is, people are like, well, you don't see white people doing this, you don't see black people doing, oh, or excuse me, Asian people doing this, because you know what? You're correct. I bet you're expecting something different. You're correct. They don't do that. You know why? Because you know, they can easily come up and say, hey, we have a problem with this. And, they'll have someone to sit down and talk to them. Today, I try to have a civil conversation on Facebook and, just telling people how a certain photo made me feel as an African American who's living in a neighborhood where, I do go through social injustices every day, but do I complain about it on Facebook? No. Do I go out and call violence? No. It's just something, hey, it comes with the territory. It made me who I am today. It made me a strong African American man who does everything he can to make my life better than the life of my parents. But it comes to the point where people are like, "Oh, let it go. It's just a picture." But people don't understand the images that you portray to the people who don't have the common sense to understand it's just a picture. To people, what they see on CNN, what they see on that mass media, is what they actually believe is happening. They believe that there are hundreds of thousands of black people causing crimes all across Baltimore, and that we should go in a state of emergency. But until we come together and realize that mass media is really the issue, that's really the issue. Because now we're giving these people impetus. We're like, do stupid shit, you'll get on TV. The ignorant people who are there like, shit, why not? If you want to feed ignorance, you put them on TV. Look at all the funny shit we see with people that end up on TV. Look at the people who sit at home. Man, nothing ain't gonna change. But what we don't see, people stopping people from attacking cops, saying that's not gonna help. You don't see the thousands of people who are peacefully protesting. You don't see that, and you don't see people talking about that. All you see people talking about, oh, they're throwing rocks at the cops. Oh man, they're not trying to change nothing. They just being ignorant. Goddamn niggers trying to act stupid. Look, that's why they don't do anything. And the funny thing is, the thing that happens with a lot of these people who are saying that, I don't. I hate putting myself on, like a pedestal because I'm no greater than you, me. I'm no greater than anybody. I'm me and you're you, and we all live a different life. But I've graduated with 2 degrees. I have a very good job. I work from home. I have a lot of benefits that a lot of people don't have. But the funny thing is that everyone will still look at me in the street as a criminal or someone who might do something bad. And that shit sucks, especially for me. If you really know me, I'm a very fun-loving guy. I do all I can for everyone that I love, even people I don't know. I do the most for because that's me. But I'm looked at as a special person, which I don't think is fair because I know people who are just like me, who will go out their way to help an old lady cross the street, to help someone who needs something. I'm not special. I'm not super blackie or Superman or super whatever you want to say. I'm no different than anyone. We've all grew up in a different way, and it's just how we react. Now, the last statement I really have to make here today is, damn, I didn't even know this was going to go 20 minutes, but I'm really ranting, and I apologize for that, is that if you don't know how it is to be another set of people, like, I never, I've seen, struggles of other nations and other people, and I sympathize because I'm like, I'm not a part of that. I don't know how it is. And the only thing is you could take someone's word for it. And for people to tell me that, oh, how I'm feeling about the things that are happening are wrong, like, excuse me, I'm sorry. How am I wrong about how I feel? And that's another issue we have here is that people are telling me because, oh, you're black, you shouldn't feel like that. That's them. No, because you're painting the whole African American community as a whole entity. One person could do something bad. One person. One. And it comes down on everyone. It doesn't stay localized to that one person. It comes down on everyone. And that's the thing people don't understand with our society. If I went out and caused one crime, say I steal something from a store. Never stolen anything in my life. Steal something from a store, and I somehow ended up on, I stole something from some big store and I ended up on Daily News. You know what people look at me? Oh, look at that goddamn nigger not doing anything. Oh, damn, I bet she's on welfare. Those are the scum of the earth. I mean, honestly, that's how people will look at it. They'll just see that picture and they'll have this headline: "Oh, black man steals from famous store and causes scene." Hey, I might not have done nothing. I might have, stolen something, and then oh crap, I stole something, and 20,000 cops. That's fine. Hey, you know what? I stole something. I deserve that. But it's the way how things are portrayed in this nation, and until we find a way to fix that, and to come together as a people and realize that you can't look at everything on TV. And when I tell people I don't watch TV, they're like, "Well, you're lying. You're lying." The only thing I watch on TV is soccer, racing, and that's about it. That's about it. I don't watch mass media because mass media will tell you to jump, and in today's world, we'll all ask how high. We don't know what the fuck we're jumping for, but we'll jump because hey, the news said you got to jump. At the end of the day, it's really sad that a lot of African American people have to come out on YouTube and different forums to say, stop painting us all under that same picture. We're all not ignorant. We're all not stupid. Honestly, a lot of us are doing great things with our lives. And if you just took the time out to stop trying to make a joke of everything that's happening right now with socially, with America and the way how they deal with social injustice, as I was told earlier, social injustice that's happening to one set of people, we would make very, very big strides as a nation, and we wouldn't look like a joke to so many other foreign countries. Because honestly, we look like a joke. And if you don't believe me, do your research. Do your research on how other people look at America and other countries that you might say third world nations or not American, not as established as America. They still look at as America as a joke. They still do. And until we come together as a people and figure out what we can do to make ourselves better and not make fun or make a light of, oh, let's make a joke out of it, it'll make it better. No, it won't make it better. It just seems like you're just spitting in my face saying, ha ha ha, look at the injustice you have to deal with. Spit. I don't care. It's a joke to me because I don't have to deal with it. And if that's how you really feel and you say, oh, I'm not racist, really, really look into what you think racism is and what the actual definition of racism is. If you don't care about the struggle that another race has to deal with, I don't think you're a racist, no. But you definitely should get you should definitely think about what the hell you're doing. Because at the end of the day, black, white, yellow, blue, we're all people. Under this colored skin, we're all people. We all have a heart, we all have lungs, we all breathe air. And the fact that people could make a joke out of this stuff really hurts. It really does hurt me because it's not funny. I've seen people make a joke out of the Trayvon Martin stuff. Everything that happened with Michael Brown. And you sit there and you're like, man, is this what we came to as a society? Let's just make fun of everything that bad happens to people. And it's funny because, if you make fun of something like that, it's a joke. But if you go and make fun of other things that were major in America, with 9/11. If I went and said, haha, look, planes hit 9 and hit the building, haha, look at all those dead people, haha, you're gonna look at me like, wow, that's really disrespectful. You don't care about America, and the list will go on. And I think that's correct. There are certain things I won't joke about because they're different. They're different. I'll make joke of, someone falling or something like that because that's funny. But to make fun of something at this level, this is a big level, like where a group of people are coming together to change something, but media won't look at that. Media will just continue to highlight the negative side. Media won't say, oh, hey, look at these peaceful people, look at what they're trying to say. No, let's highlight the bad because that's going to make people watch. And that's sad. That's really sad. And I hope, if you have watched this 25-minute video, I hope people who actually don't know me well watch this video. People who know me well watch this video because, a lot of things I say are very funny and, taken lightly. But this is something I'm really serious about because, I've done a lot in my life to break out of the prejudices that have plagued me. Being an African American, being a big African American man in Brooklyn, New York, is hard. It's hard. There's no other way to put it. I have to fend for myself every day. I have to make sure that, I don't, there's certain things I can't do. I don't have, people say, you're free, you're free. You're not free in this country. No matter what I do, it will always come back down on someone else. It will always come back down on someone else. It will always come back down on someone else. And I think the sooner we realize that as a people, and I'm talking to the African American community out there, the minority group out there, when we get to the point where we understand that we can't go out and act like complete animals. Because I watched another YouTube video today, and he was like, you know what? How a lot of those people in those riots look like? Planet of the Apes. And the man was right. Yeah, oh, yeah, well, let's act crazy. Woo! No. No. You have to use times like this to sit down, look at your life, and say, what am I doing to end up with things happening like this to me? If you could say, don't break laws, I don't do this, I don't do that, then you could say, all right, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. I've never broken a law. Excuse me. If you want to consider speeding, I've broken a law. I've jaywalked. Oh, God, take me in. But I've never broken any time. I've never murdered someone. I've never done, nothing to go into jail for. But every day, I'm scared. I'm scared of the cops. And now you're like, why are you scared of the cops? Because if they want to, they can still pull the same shit they used to pull when I used to live in Brownsville. Oh, you look like somebody we're looking for. And I get fucked up. I end up with cuts all over. I end up beat up. Who am I going to complain to? Who? Who am I going to complain to? All is going to go down to, okay, yeah, we'll jot that down. And people are going to say, oh, well, how do you know? That same ticket that I got on the train, so, we walk through the train, and the reason why I walk through the train is because at the stop, I get off. If you're in the back, you're going to get robbed because you're the last one that leaves and there's no security. So I'm trying to, get through the cars because I'm not trying to be in the back. I was in high school. I'm trying to get to the front. I'm trying not to have a bad day. The cop pulls off a whole bunch of us. He lets like 2 to 3 older men go. And me and 2 of my other friends, who, if they hear this story, they'll completely understand what I'm saying, were stopped and we were given tickets. And, I overhear them talking about, oh, you're going to meet your quota? Should I give him to you? And I'm sitting there like, wow, they think I'm that stupid. And this is the same time where all that quota nonsense was happening in the city. Where, it was big news where, cops have quotas. I mean, we all knew that. And I'm like, wow, this is actually happening. And a part of me is like, wow, this is real. Like, I thought it was, the things they try to say about the NYPD. I have respect for cops. They do a dangerous job. I respect every single one of them. But these cops were like, acting like we were pieces of meat. Hey, you need it, you need it. And when I went in to challenge the ticket, because I wanted to explain to them, what the deal was, that we need more security at the stop, I was told, oh, that doesn't happen. You must have heard wrong. I heard wrong. I don't know if y'all see, I don't have a hearing aid. I can hear pretty well, even though I listen to music really loud, but that's about 6, 7 years ago now. And things like that, and you might say, oh, things like that make people turn into a different animal. When you see that the system that you want to trust doesn't do the right thing, did I deserve a ticket? Yes. Yes, I did. Because I did something at that point in time which was illegal. The only reason I try to fight it is because, hey, I was like 16, 17, and I try to explain to them my situation. I'm not trying to get out of the ticket. I'm trying to explain to them, because people who, oh, if you get a good lawyer, you get off of this. But I'm just trying to say, hey, I'm trying to give you my 2 cents on why I did it. Didn't get off, got a $175 ticket, which is a lot. But it's approaching a half an hour now. And, I mean, a lot of this stuff really came out really blurred, and I apologize for that. but I really need to let a lot of this stuff off my chest because, being someone who has a lot of friends of different races, different backgrounds, different ethnicities. All right, ESPN, I got you. It really sucks when I see people who I used to respect. At this point in time, there's a lot of people who I used to respect say a lot of nonsense and foolishness on social media, and then you see people respond and like, haha, that's funny, yeah, ha, yeah. You're like, you really hope they never end up in your shoes because when they do, when that role is reversed and they see, God damn, that was really wrong. We should have never done that. It's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. All in all, I mean, I hope people really understand that this Boston Riot stuff isn't a joke. The events that's happened in America in the last 4 to 5 years isn't a joke. I mean, as a people, as an African American community, we have to come together and stop doing this nonsense. Stop giving people ammunition to use against us to say why things aren't changing. We have to come together and say we have to make ourselves better. Not even as an African American group, as a minority group. We have to come together and say this is what we need to do. We have to respect ourselves before anyone else will respect us. And that's something that I learned from my parents at a very young age, and that's something that I live and strive for every day. I respect myself to the utmost. I don't let people disrespect me, and I definitely don't disrespect people. There are maybe a handful of people that I've ever disrespected in my life. A handful. Most of you know some of those people, but that's a story for a different day. But I mean, I hope you learn. A lot of my friends that are on Facebook, I hope you learn how to look at things on the other side. You might say, "Oh, I'm making a joke," but as someone who actually, looks at these pictures and doesn't see a joke out about this, I see people bringing my community, the people I care for, the people who support me down, and you're gonna say, well, you're talking about that guy supports you? No, don't be ignorant. I'm talking about the African American community that supports me. At the end of the day, I can't hate being who I am. If I hate being who I am, I will always hate who I am and what I am. I hate the fact that, I have to go through a lot to make it to the same places as other people. But you know what? That's put me where I am today. I bust my ass in school. I bust my ass in my social life. And I bust my ass in everything I do. And you can't do any less in this world. You can't, I can't coast into a good job or, a good place or a good anything. I have to bust my ass. I'm lucky that my name is what it is. Because there's other people who aren't as lucky and they see the name and they're like, oh no, can't hire him, must be black, maybe he's ghetto, and it sucks. All in all, I mean, I hope you've gotten something out of this. If you have, definitely let me know. If there's something you want to have a civil disagreement on, we could have that. But I'm not going across, having people post stupid images and all that stuff because that's childish. I'm 24. If you want to go post videos and post stupid shit on someone who's actually trying to, not spit knowledge, but trying to give you an insight onto how things look from a different point of view, and you don't agree, just close the video and go on about your merry day. If you want to act stupid, that's fine. That's fine. I can't stop you. So, I hope everyone has a good day. I really hope, the people in Baltimore that are doing the right thing, people out there know that you're doing the right thing. Don't 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 stop. Peaceful protests. It will get to the front pages. The violence will die down, but when you have a strong fight to do something, it will always come and rise to the top, no matter what. I'm with you guys.